I wanted to show you the different types of tasks that you will find in Canvas. So I thought the easiest thing to do would be to actually take you through so you can see and I can talk a little bit about what your child might kind of experience on that type of assignment, how you might submit it, or what might be asked of you to do. So right here, you can see my options in my navigation bar. I'm in as a sample student would be home, announcements, modules, and Zoom. I am in a module view right now. And this module is called Types of Tasks in Canvas. I have one, two, three, four, five different types of tasks, I'll call them. And as you can see, there's these little like icons or symbols next to each one. This first, just the simple, like it looks like a page, that would be called a page. This one that looks like a rocket, that is always going to be a quiz, or sometimes teachers might call it an exit ticket. When you see the two speech bubbles, that's a discussion. When you see the page with like a pencil, that is an assignment. And then this paper clip, that means that it is a file. All right, so let's go into this first one. This is what a page is going to look like. Typically, when there's a page in a module, it means that the student is to view something. So maybe your teacher has some kind of, heading at the top. Maybe there's some kind of directions right here. Sometimes teachers even have a quick video that might be explaining a little bit about what they need to do for that, day, or showing them how to do a certain assignment. And then right here, this would be where a Google Slides are. And since I'm kind of like signed in as a student, it's not showing, but I'll show you the teacher view so you can see what that will look like in just a minute. All right, I'm going to go back out to modules so I can take you into the next one and you can see what I am doing. So this next one I'm going to go into, this would be a quiz. Remember, the rocket is a quiz or like an exit ticket. All right, so let's take a look. So right here, you can see there's this button, take the quiz. So your child is going to need to click on that. And once they do that, the questions will show up. So this sample quiz has just two questions. The first question we would call this would be like an essay where they can type or record their answer. And then this next one, it's actually called matching, but it's like a drop down menu. So I'm going to walk you through that. Just in case your child has any questions while they're actually taking something like an exit ticket, or if they had a question, maybe not about the content, because we want to know what their thinking is, but how to actually navigate through the question. So this right here, we call the rich content editor. Whenever your child sees that, that means basically they can change the size of the font. They can, change the color, different things, but they can even add a picture or they could record. So this question is saying, what is your connection? Oh, what is your connection to the main character? It should say. So you would do upload, and if your child wanted to record, they could do it right here, and they would hit start recording, and it would begin. And then when they're done, here I'm gonna record just my voice. Here's a sample of a quick recording, and I'm gonna hit save. So I have to be patient and wait for the spinning to stop. I know that was a question we had from a few students that their videos weren't loading. And it's hard sometimes. We have to wait a few seconds, but if you just wait for it to spin, then it will actually load. So, anyway, the reason the picture didn't show is because I do have my webcam in use on a Zoom right now because I wanted to show you that feature also. So, it just recorded my voice for this one. Let's test it real quick. Here's a sample of a quick recording. And if I wanted to type, I could also type. All right, so you can see this first question, which was like the essay question, is 5 points. Different options I could answer that way. That's how to use the rich content editor. And then this one, the drop down menu. So, we're talking about angles here. So I would just select the correct one. Now, when I'm done, I have to make sure that I hit submit. If the student doesn't do that, it doesn't actually process. So they have to hit submit quiz. All right, so we can tell that it has been submitted. Let's go back to modules and let's see what else we have. All right, these two speech bubbles, that's a discussion. So the teacher is asking me to share a time in my life that I observed an object change speed or direction. So it must be a science teacher kind of getting at some background knowledge, some connections. So again, for this discussion now, this is different than the quiz. This is going to be something that I could post. Let's say my example is something with a car crash or bowling, or even just rolling something and it changing. Then maybe somebody would like one of my peers would like to comment on my post. So first, let me answer a question. So a time in my life. Let's pretend I did answer it. So I would hit post reply. And then somebody in my class could then reply to my post. And there's different settings and whatnot, but that's as simple as a discussion is. You're just going to hit reply. Again, there it is, reply. All right, let's go back to modules. So we've talked about a page, a quiz, a discussion. Now we're going to go into an assignment. So, an assignment, that is when the teacher typically would like to have something that each student can either, download and type into, have their own copy, or they might even ask them to upload a video or a picture. There can be lots of different things. So, I'm in the student view, and so I can't authorize right now because I'm kind of already in use, but I'll take you through the teacher way and I will let you see that once I just show you this last one, which is a file. So the file, this is going to take me to like, I don't know, I think it's like an 11-page PDF. And this would be something that, maybe like some notes or a reference. But as you can see, I can just kind of use the little scrolling tool right there and take a look. All right, so before I exit out of student view, I want to show you announcements. That could be where possibly your teacher communicates, something's a project is due for this one, for example. Make sure to turn in something or whatnot, but that's would be announcements. And then for Zoom, the reason I have my webcam on now is because I am connected. So if your teacher has the Zoom in their navigation bar, then the student would hit join. And since I have it already open, I could hit join and it would work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now exit out of student view. You can see down here. So now this is the teacher view. It's going to look a little different. And I'm going to go back up to modules because I wanted to show you those two that didn't work from student view. I believe that the first one was in the assignment. So this was the assignment, for example, it's a Google Doc. So this is what each student would get a copy and say they were filling out a table. That is an assignment. And if I need to submit it, I would find the submit button. And then the other one that wasn't showing up that I wanted to show you real quick was on page. And what I have here is a slideshow. So sometimes teachers will have the slideshow like embedded right in the page. So you have to make sure that your child hits the arrows to go through that. And again, those didn't show because I was in something called student view, which as teachers we can see, and it just, depends on if it can read my Google Drive or not. So I wanted to show you both views. All right, I hope that was helpful. Thank you.